Hi guys, it's Chris Coney here. Now I wanted to share this with you. I was just doing a bit of analysis here, and I thought I may as well record this so you can get the benefit of what I'm seeing. What I'm trying to do here is I've recently joined Harry Dent's mailing list, right? And I've read his book, the Demographic Cliff, and it all makes perfect sense. And he scared the shit out of me, like he probably does everybody else. And then I was like, hang on a minute, oh whoa. Before you go reacting to stuff that you learn, you need to make sense of it in your own experience, because just because someone in a position of authority says something doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it's false either. So you just take that outside piece of information and then test it in your own experience. So I would then challenge myself to verify or invalidate what Harry's saying. So this is one of his recent newsletters. And the thing that caught my attention, he repeatedly says this in the book as well, about gold's accelerated demise. Now I bought some gold stocks, I don't know, back in 2010, when I was expecting us to get hyperinflation, or at least it was a hedge against hyperinflation, because if gold readjusted to the price of the amount of paper money that's out there, it would go up massively. Now Harry does have a point in that that's not happened, despite the massive amount of money printing. And he's saying here that as the demographic cliff, or the developed economies fall off the demographic cliff, we're looking at gold at $250. And he's also talking about where are we? There we go. Look, I see the Dow peaking in mid-June before turning over and beginning the next big crash. So this email was sent to me when? The 25th of June, right? It's now the 1st of July. So let's go over to the charts. This is something I've discovered recently. This is freestockcharts.com, and this is a browser-based charting tool which is absolutely brilliant. So I'd highly recommend you go there, sign up for an account. If you sign up for an account, you can view the charts without it, but if you sign up, you can save all your chart drawings and whatnot. So what I'm looking at here is the Dow Jones 30, right? And this is I'm looking at November, what's that? That's November 2012, right through to today on the far right there. So what do we know? We can see that the Dow has definitely been in an uptrend. You can see I don't use many indicators. I've got this green line, which is a 200 period exponential moving average, and this red one, which is a 50 period exponential moving average. And that's it. Then I've got my trend lines, channels, and I've got a Fibonacci retracement here. So I've charted a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom of this massive uptrend here, which started back there at November 2012 and then peaked right up here, which is about the 10th of June, right? So there we go, off we went. Let me just narrow this down a little bit. What I'm trying to do here is see if there are any technical signals to support what Harry is saying, right, about the Dow going to crash. So you can still see, there's a higher high, and this is a lower high, and now we've got this here. This is a channel which looks like an uptrend up until this point. So you see I've drawn a double top. Now this is today's bar. It's a massive buyer bar, and that's potentially a triple top, but it's too soon to tell. If this bounces off this line of resistance, which I've drawn in red, and then starts coming down again, then it'll look like the FTSE 100. So if you look at the FTSE 100, here I've drawn here, boom, 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 up we go, 1, 2, 3, that's a triple top, and now the FTSE is definitely in a downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows, right? Now this is in no man's land between the two moving averages. You can see the 50 is turning, but until this cyclical up and down thing continues, which if it follows my channel, it will do, then the FTSE 100 is officially now in a downtrend, even though it's looking a bit sideways on this view. So what I'm getting at is the FTSE has shown a reversal pattern with this triple top, but the Dow has yet to do that. It's weird because the American markets normally do it first, and the Dows normally follow in the UK. So what else I've done here, if we just zoom in a bit closer, is I thought, okay, let's project this forward. So I've connected that low, and that high, and that high. So this is a slightly lower high than that high, and this is a slightly higher low than that low, which means you can see I've extended these in yellow, you can see this is forming a symmetrical triangle. And it depends what happens with this. This is quite a big buyer bar. As yet, I haven't seen any news that would explain that, but it doesn't really matter. So I want to see what happens here. Whether if this price action breaks this line of resistance, that would be quite significant. Because what's the line is here? It's at about 17,000. What's the highest high there? Look, that high was 16,978, and that was 16,970. So they were 10 points away from breaking 17,000. And today, we're up 120 points, or nearly 1%. So we'll have to see with this. But all in all, when I came to the charts to try and verify what Harry is saying about the Dow turning, there is no confirmation yet. Not from a technical analysis point of view. So I was thinking, shall I sell my gold stocks? But I need some definite confirmation of that. So before I go, let me just show you the gold chart right now. Is this the gold chart? Yes, this is the gold chart. So let's just focus this in a bit more. So I'm going to go just less. There's a bit of a gap in the data here. It misses out most of 2012. So it's free charting. What can you say? So here we go. What I've done with this is I've marked out the last high on the gold chart. Same again. 200 exponential moving average, 50 exponential moving average. I've got this line of resistance here that I've marked out, which should be red because I use red for my lines of resistance. Marked out the last high, and then I've done this long downward move here. I've stuck a Fibonacci retracement on it. Now what you'll notice about gold is it does interact with Fibonacci quite a lot. So you see here, when it began to retrace this massive loss here, you've got 38.2%, lots of interaction on that line, and you can see here that when it broke down below that, it touched 23.6% line and then started to go back up again. And if you look right close to what's happened recently, look at this. This is a perfect. You've got the 50% retracement point here, some interaction here. There was the touch. There was some interaction. There was some interaction. So it struggled to get above it in this area until this big buyer bar got through. Now the 50% line is acting as support. The only other thing I'd say about this is that I would technically say this is still in a downtrend because the 50 EMA is below the 200 EMA. But having said that, the 200 EMA should be a good support or resistance, and you see there it resisted, and boom, yesterday, Monday, it broke through and closed above it, and now that's beginning to act like support. Interesting, very, very interesting indeed. If this price ends up going up, right, and then this confirms the 200 EMA as a support line, the next thing it needs to do before it will probably rally again is to test this 61.8% retracement. This is the Fibonacci 61.8%. So if it broke up above that, tested it, and it held as support, well, then that's a pretty good sign that gold's going to continue going up. But who knows? You have to wait and see. Again, the point I'm making is that despite I wanted to believe what Harry was saying, and I'm sure he's way smarter than me in terms of economic analysis, but I just couldn't find, or I cannot see yet, anything that gives me confidence to validate in my own experience that gold is going to plummet, or that the Dow is going to plummet. I can potentially see signs, but it's not clear yet. So I shall keep monitoring this and then make a decision based on that. But do with the information what you will.